I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movie.
Hey guys, it's Steph. It's really early here in New York. I think it's 7:30 in the morning. One of my friends from high school actually always compliments me on the way that I curl my hair, and she actually requested that I make a video on how I do it. It's not that complicated. I promise you it's really easy. I've got no training whatsoever. What I will say though is that it's helpful to first of all have ombre hair, which is what I have. I've got ombre highlights, and I'm not sure if you can see it in the video. So if you're on Long Island, definitely recommend that you go see Lindsay. She's a stylist at Off 7th Hair Salon in Center Reach, and she's fantastic, and she is definitely somebody that I hold responsible for my beautiful hair color. Second thing, the tools that you have are really important. My cousin is a stylist at Immortal Beloved in Washington, D.C., so I've kind of, always asked her for tips on what products she recommends, what tools she recommends, and just, any other random things as well. If you live in DC, her name is Natalia. She's awesome. I love her. She's beautiful. And she actually recommended that I buy a Marcel curling iron. So a Marcel curling iron is really different than a standard curling iron with like a clip and a barrel. It's hard to use. It's kind of like using chopsticks. And to be honest, when I first bought it, I had no idea how to use it. So I just did a quick search on YouTube and found some how-to videos and learned that way. I burned myself a lot at first, actually. My forehead has like a constant burn scar that you can't really even notice anymore, but it gets really hot. It's hard to use, but it makes the best curls ever. So this is my Hot Tools Marcel curling iron. It's really hot right now, so I'm not going to touch it, but you can see here how there's no real spring holding it together. It just kind of flaps around, and you hold it like weird chopsticks, and you kind of have to maneuver it that way. So I'll show you how to do it in a second. Second thing, just your standard hairbrush. I always like to give my hair a good brush before I get started. My hair looks really shitty right now. I actually just woke up and I'm headed to CrossFit Concrete Jungle in New York City. It's the CrossFit gym that I go to, and they're gonna kill me because I put on makeup to do this video. But honestly, did you expect me to come on here with like no makeup at all and looking like a hot mess? Probably not. So I'll get some heat for that when I go to the gym. But if you guys have not thought about CrossFit, you absolutely should. It's amazing. Next product I use is hairspray. Really, really important, especially if you want a good hold on those curls. My absolute, by far, favorite hairspray is L'Oreal Elnet. It's really, really good. Probably one of the best hairsprays on the market. It's cheap. I mean, in comparison to like really expensive hairsprays, I would say it's something like $16 here in New York City, which is probably half in other places, to be honest. But L'Oreal Elnet is really, really, really good. I highly recommend it. Okay, so I think that's it. I don't really have a like master method to how I do this. I kind of just, loosely section my hair out. So what I'll do is I'll start from the front, and what you want to do is you want to frame your face with curls, but you don't want the curls to be curled inward. You want the curls to be curled toward the back, so you kind of have like that, it gives you like a really flowy, beachy look as opposed to like a curly Sue kind of contrived curls look. So you're going to grab your Marcel curling iron. And like I said, I don't section my hair out. A lot of people do. I just don't take it that seriously. So I start from the front. I'll grab like a semi-thick piece of hair in the front, and I kind of flatten it out a bit. I take my curling iron. I open the clip up as such, and then you want to curl your hair in the direction that the barrel goes. So if you want your hair curled toward the back, what you're going to do is hold your barrel in the way such that when you hold the clip down, it actually holds the hair like headed toward, the back. So grab your hair, put your iron on there, close it. I start at the middle and then I wrap it around like so. So you're going to give it a good hold for a couple of seconds. If you put the setting on really high heat, you're not going to have to hold it as long before you get a fabulous little ringlet here. So I like my curls loose, kind of like a relaxed beachy look. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to go through and start curling all of my hair around my face. Another thing to keep in mind is when you move to the other side of your head, you're going to want to switch the direction or the way that you're holding the curling iron, so that way your curls, again, go toward the back.
We're going to dance. We're going to dance and have some fun.
I don't like to curl my hair all the way to the root. Just because, like I said, I like a more relaxed look on the way that the curls fall. But if you were looking for a tighter curl, then you're going to think about a few things, right? So you're going to curl your hair as close to the root as possible. Probably you're gonna hold your barrel tighter. So when you clamp down on the hair, it's going to be really tight. You're going to get a tight curl.
Only the bridge, my supper dish, my crocketesh wish. Sing it, baby. I couldn't ask for another. No, I couldn't ask for another.
Dark, but hopefully you can see what I've done here. I've gone through and curled my hair in really tight ringlets, starting from about halfway down. I did that all around, even in the back. I'm very messy about doing it because, like I said, that's the look that I really go for. So once you've got your hair curled, personally, depending on what you're doing, like if you're going out for a formal event, you might want to leave your hair really tightly curled. I like to shake it out. So I'll just give a good shake it out a bit, and that gives you like a very romantic look. It's like a relaxed beachy look. I like to channel Kim Kardashian and her sisters when I'm doing my hair. So you're going to take your Elnet and give a light spray all around just to give it a hold. I think the great thing about Elnet is that the hold is firm, but it doesn't get like crunchy. So once you spray it, you can kind of, give it another spray. Depending on how tightly you want your curls, you can kind of like pull them out a bit. So I go through and do that just with my fingers. It's really easy. You just comb through. Don't use a brush. If you use a brush, you're going to get like a really, your curls are going to flatten out quite a bit, and the look is just really different. So here we've got some nice wave. I don't really love what happened here in the front, so I'm going to take the iron to it again and recurl it to give it a little bit more definition because I kind of brushed it out a bit too much. So hold it for a few seconds. See if I can show you the back. Looks good, right? So there you have it. Hopefully you have learned that it's really easy to do. I try to be really casual about it because it's just not that big of a deal. Have fun with your hair, play with it. Don't take advice from people that have bad hair, kind of like you shouldn't take advice from people that have bad eyebrows, right? So go ahead, go out, buy your Marcel curling iron. They sell it on Amazon.com for something like $40. It's an 1.5 inch size barrel. I absolutely love it. I've used other curling irons. You can kind of achieve the same look, but I just think the Marcel is really easy to use. So you don't have to buy a new curling iron, you can just use the one that you have, but if you can, buy the Marcel. I love it. Just be really careful, you don't want to burn yourself. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and I'd love to see how your hair turns out. Bye guys!